What's up, guys? Ivan here with GetIvan.com, and in this video we're going to be comparing NewIPNow with Webshare IPv4 shared data center proxies. Those are the ones I'm concerned with. I think that this service does private proxies, so it's a bit of an unfair comparison, but I still want to make the point because anytime anytime anybody looks at a proxy company, I get people asking me like, can I use these private proxies with Scriptbox, or can I use these residential proxies or these data center proxies? So I might as well just make a comment on any given proxy provider, right? But so what I'm trying to do is just compare the features on paper, and if they're better than Webshare, then I'll do a technical, like, actual case study. But let's just take a look at the paper details. I'm pretty sure that they don't compare, but let's take a look. So let's zoom in on this page so we can see a little bit better. NewIPNow.com. Let's see what they say. Blazing speed, anonymity, scalability, 40 global locations, refresh proxies at any time, so on-demand refresh. Okay. Gigabit per second, backbone. Unlimited bandwidth, nice. Elite anonymity, multiple servers, 5,000 unique IPs. Oh, that's not that many. Not that many IPs. Certainly for scraping purposes, I wouldn't recommend that. That's a very small pool. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter though. Like if you're only going to refresh once a month, right? But yeah, that's something to keep in mind. I got 20 locations or whatever. Okay, so here's the prices. 10 private proxies for almost $9 a month. That's about $1 per proxy. So that's actually, in terms of private proxies, that's actually probably pretty good. I'd like to, if I was buying private proxies, I would want to know, is it really, because companies exchange the words private and dedicated all the time. Sometimes they mean the same thing, sometimes they don't mean the same thing. Like sometimes private means there's like a few people there, and then sometimes it means there's nobody but you, and sometimes it's the same with dedicated. Dedicated can mean a few people there, or nobody, or only you, or so you really have to articulate that stuff. You can't just make the assumption that people know how you're defining it, because services define it differently all the time. So it looks like a quantity of subnets, number of cities, configurable purpose, interesting, elite anonymity, okay, instant refresh, compatibility, okay, get a new IP now. Wow, you can order a ton. Let's see, they have a guarantee here, that's nice. It's pretty cost effective. Also, they have highly scalable plans. I mean, they have unlimited bandwidth, but they don't say anything about concurrencies, which is scary. It's probably one concurrency per IP, I would guess. And they don't say if it's a data center dedicated private proxies, or they don't even, like I said, they don't define what does private mean. They don't define if they're data center proxies, IPv4. They don't define if they're residential proxies, IPv6, IPv4. There's a lot of information missing here, and that would be one reason I wouldn't go with them. Just in general, like if a company doesn't have the ability to in a very basic manner articulate industry standard, features, then often the vast majority of the time, you're talking like 95% of the time, it's just a waste of your time to even bother trying to vet it out. And because it takes, it's going to take like an hour just to like I mean, maybe it wouldn't take that long. I don't know. It would take like 15 minutes or something to pay and then get in there, and if it doesn't work out, you have to go make a refund. So it could take you like 30 minutes to an hour to do all that junk. So it's got to be right on paper, and unfortunately, this service isn't right. It certainly doesn't compare to Webshare. So let's take a look at Webshare. So with Webshare, my use case, it's not private proxies, so it's a little bit unfair. Now, with their private proxies, you don't have as many proxies, but you could, because they have unlimited bandwidth, you could still do some work. Like you could still use something like that to probably more successfully scrape from something like Google or a higher difficulty entity. But without rotations, all shall burn. All shall fall. So there is a use case there for scraping, which would be my main interest, but it doesn't compare to Webshare. So with Webshare, 100 proxies, and unlimited bandwidth, just like that other service, with 1 monthly rotation and no concurrent. The concurrency limit is 500, so it's already pretty great for lower quantity proxy quantities. But once you get to like 500, you can, above 500, which is like $100 a month, then you can turn this on, and there's a huge advantage if you're running from multiple servers, right? But anyways, with just 100 proxies and unlimited bandwidth, with a monthly refresh, it's only $30 a month, which is 30 cents per proxy. So it's super cost effective, and like I've said many times before, like with this quantity of proxies, you could do it over a terabyte per month of data. With what I have a lot more proxies, but I do 2 to 4 terabytes per month just with my data center proxies, and I could do a lot more than that if I kept them running constantly. So if you have any use case for scraping, then I highly recommend DataShare. The success rate is really high. I do a lot of metadata scraping with Webshare because the success rate's like 100% pretty much, and the speed is really excellent also. So there's a link here at the bottom of my video. That's my link for Webshare proxies, and you can also get it below this video. So if you use that link, I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and if you don't use it, then no worries. Appreciate your time, and I'll catch you in another video. Thanks. Bye-bye.